Our second speaker, Mr. Gary Molberg from Amarillo Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you very much. Were you worried I was going to show up? I kind of got lost. There's a lot of kids out there running around. Almost hit a couple of them coming in, so because I knew I was running late. So I appreciate you having me here today, and thanks for the kind words of the chamber. You know, when I look around, I kind of give you my background. I had 25 years in banking, and the last 9 years I had the pleasure of working at Amarillo National Bank as their marketing director, and now I've been at the Amarillo Chamber of Commerce about 13 years. I was calling him Warden. He's not Warden anymore, but I see him out there. But I tell you what, I found out, and one thing I do every morning is turn off the national news. I'm not going to watch it because Amarillo, you know, one of the old sayings I've heard in the banking business, I echo it now that I'm a chamber guy and run the chamber in Amarillo, is we never hit the highs of the highs or the lows of the lows of Amarillo. We do our own thing here, and we set our own goals. And so I'm very excited. I couldn't think of a better chamber to be president of than the Amarillo Chamber of Commerce. There's several factors, in my opinion, that make the Amarillo economy so strong. Not only the Amarillo economy, but the entire Panhandle economy. And I think Pat touched on a little bit. He talked a little bit about the banking business. But one thing I found out when I was in banking, I think people will agree, it's very competitive, Pat. It's extremely competitive, like a lot of our businesses are. And let me tell you what, that is so positive for our economy. They're competitive, but they're conservative, and I think that's just so vitally important. You saw, in fact, Amarillo National Bank was one of the banks, when the stimulus plan came out, they turned down the money. Now, what a great statement for the city of Amarillo, entire Panhandle, and other banks follow suit. You know, they're competitive. They do business properly, and I think that makes for just a great business atmosphere. We're very diversified, not only in Amarillo and the entire economy, and along with being competitive, we're very pro-business. You know, I roll that back on some of the events. He was saying the successes we have at the Amarillo Chamber of Commerce. Well, the reason we're successful is because of the pro-business atmosphere and the wonderful businesses we have in Amarillo and the economy. We put on certain events, no chamber can survive by membership dues alone. I have to put on non-dues revenue events. One of the biggest ones I put on is a business connection where businesses will come into the Civic Center and buy a booth, and we'll have 8,000 to 10,000 people come by. Well, listen to what I'm saying here. Our business connection that we have in Amarillo, Texas, is as large as the business connection Dallas Chamber of Commerce puts on. That's a pro-business atmosphere. That's people marketing what they have and networking, and that's what it's all about. You know, we take that, and I've kind of taken that philosophy when I came into the chamber. Pat talked a little bit about AEDC. Darn right, that's been a huge asset. I think the forefathers of Amarillo and the Panhandle, if you roll back the clock, decided that for Amarillo to have the growth and to get where they need to go, they need to become very diversified. You know, agriculture's been a big industry here. You know, there's no cattle market, obviously a big industry here. But then they brought AEDC, and they attracted businesses from all around. He touched about the Bell helicopter plant. We have 1,200 jobs that have an average of $75,000 a year a job, plus looking at probably a 400 or 500 job growth in the next couple of years. That's big business for Amarillo. Pantex, our nuclear weapons plant out there, it employs 3,400 people, and I'm sure that average salary pat's around $70,000 a year. The amount of money that puts in our economy is unbelievable. And I also found out the thing that really helps Amarillo, and why we can draw so well there, and another reason why our economy is so strong, is obviously the interstate, I-40 and I-27. We have a lot of traffic goes up and down. We have some people say we're nothing but a big truck stop. Well, let me tell you something, those trucks, they spend a lot of money in our economy. We're happy to have them. A lot of good things happen. We have some restaurant chains up and down I-40 that lead restaurant chains throughout the United States, are on the top 10 of restaurants, simply because of that traffic they draw in. So there's so many positives that happen in Amarillo, and we're going to use those things that are available to us to expand on that. When I talked about the surrounding economy, I meet with area chamber presidents throughout the Panhandle. There's about 15 of us, in a group that's called PACE, Panel Area Chamber of Commerce Executives. I invite them to come down to Amarillo. Those chamber presidents will sit in together in a meeting and we'll discuss what's going on in our cities, because these surrounding cities are so important to the economy of Amarillo. A lot of these people come into Amarillo, they buy vehicles there, they do our medical services there, and they shop our stores and they shop our malls and they spend a bunch of money there. Well, one of the reasons, programs that we started up, and I got the Amarillo Globe News, when we heard about the economy making a turn, that things were not good out there, we started a program this year that's called Shop Smart, Shop Local. That encourages the people in the Panhandle to do their business locally, shop locally, spend your money there. Why is that important? That's sales tax dollars. These same citizens, we tell people who went on that pledge, if they have an emergency at their house and they need a police officer at their house, in minutes of time, the same time you're spending that money outside, that's how wages are paid for the city. That's how we pay for you picking up your trash. We talk about, Les Simpson, the newspaper, did a study. If all the people that do business online outside of Amarillo, an Amarillo market, if just 1% of that business is not done outside Amarillo, but it's done in Amarillo proper, we're talking about 15 police officers' salary. That's pretty, when you put on that perspective, that's a lot of money. So it's very important to do business local and keep the business local like that. You know, some of the statistics when we look, like I said, I've been at the chamber for 13 years now as president. And it's kind of funny, we were talking about some statistics that you just gave, how bad the economy is and how things are tough out there. Well, my 13 year, this year was my second best year ever at the Amarillo Chamber of Commerce. We did things and took a progressive approach with the pro-business community. We put in a healthcare plan at our chamber here. You know, what's one of the things that's just very, very important in the United States is healthcare. We hear nothing but the rising costs. And part of that is the uninsured, people that are uninsured do not have healthcare. So we took an aggressive approach with United Healthcare, the provider for the chamber. We started a plan and we offered to people that were chamber members that if you become a member of the chamber, or if you are a member of the Chamber of Commerce, we'll give you a discount on your health care insurance of 7%. And currently we started that program a year ago. That ended up in 50 new members for the Amarillo Chamber of Commerce, plus we have over 1,000 people that are insured now with health care that were not insured before. So that's some of the approaches that we take that we can offer benefits to our members. And one of the things I always say is, you know, take an active approach. Well, I tell people when they join the Amarillo Chamber of Commerce, you know, your dues are $175 and $5 for each full-time employee. Is the value there? Well, if you participate and get involved, your value is easily there. I found that out when I was at the bank because I was very active with the chamber and I got a lot of business for the bank through my activities with the chamber. And we encourage businesses when they come and they get involved that good things will happen. I think that's in any business. You got to be very active in those approaches. Along with that Shop Smart, Shop Local, we're in the process now. I've been with the newspaper and Amarillo Economic Development Corporation, and we're going to have a CEO meeting that will be coming up in about a couple of weeks, and we're going to take that one step further. Now we're going to bring out a program that is businesses shop with businesses. In other words, we want the people to shop locally and spend their dollars there, but we're talking about businesses too. This business over here, don't go outside of Amarillo to buy supplies if there's somebody in Amarillo or the Panhandle that can provide that product for you. So we're going to take that another step, and you'll be hearing that business to business in the near future. One thing, the report we just got, the Amarillo Economic Development Corporation just put out, is Amarillo was ranked number 16 as one of the best performing cities in the United States. Now that's pretty strong statement right there. We moved up a number of places on that. But I think that attributes to so many factors, Pat, like you touched on, a very strong banking atmosphere, a very pro-business mindset, and just people do business right. You know, I think it's very important. Like I said before, the banks are conservative here, yet competitive, and so we don't get into the binds that so many people got, upside down in the home loans and everything. They don't take that aggressive approach. They take the proper approach and so forth. I always heard in the banking business, a lot of people don't believe this. A lot of times bankers doing you your best favor when they tell you no. They tell you the best thing they can tell you is no, and that's happened many times. So we're very proud. The Amarillo economy, in my opinion, the numbers are tracking up there, and Pat kind of touched on that to the economic pulse. The numbers are strong. We're going to take the positive approach. We're going to continue to market Amarillo and the surrounding panhandles. I'll continue to meet with the surrounding panels. In fact, that Shop Smart Shop local program, we offer those to the surrounding communities, and they've taken that program to their own communities, and they're promoting it like that. So we're very excited what's going on. As far as the future holds, we're going to be very positive about it. We think things will be very strong. And I think that's all I have, but I appreciate you having me.